There's a power within you that doesn't need permission. It doesn't ask for approval. It doesn't wait for the right time. It simply acts when you believe. That power is faith. And faith, my friend, is not just a religious word or a spiritual concept. Faith is a universal force, a mindset, a way of thinking, a way of living. It's what takes you from what is to what can be. So what exactly is faith? Faith is belief in the unseen. It's trust in a future that hasn't happened yet, and confidence that your thoughts, actions, and mindset can shape that future. Napoleon Hill said it best in Think and Grow Rich. Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. Faith is not hoping. Hoping is weak. Hoping waits. But faith moves. Faith assumes success before results arrive. It builds bridges to a future only you can see. Belief, the twin brother of faith. Now let's talk about belief. Belief is the engine. It's the core programming that runs your decisions, your behavior, and your destiny. If your beliefs are weak, your results will be too. You don't get what you want, you get what you believe. Think about that. If you believe you're not smart enough, good enough, or worthy enough, it doesn't matter how much potential you have, you'll sabotage it. But if you believe you are powerful, capable, and destined for greatness, you'll make moves most people never even attempt. Why most people fail to use it? Here's the truth. Everyone has faith. Everyone has belief. The question is, where are you placing it? Most people unknowingly place their faith in fear. They believe things will go wrong. They expect rejection. They assume failure. And guess what? They get it. Not because they're cursed, but because their belief system is working perfectly, just in the wrong direction. You are always programming your future with the beliefs you allow. If you want better results, you don't need more talent. You need a stronger belief system. So here's what we know. Faith and belief are invisible, but they create the visible. Your life is shaped by the thoughts you allow and the beliefs you hold. And if you want to unlock your true power, you must learn how to build faith on command. In the next part of this speech, we're going deeper into how faith directly shapes reality using insights from Napoleon Hill and the science that backs it up. Your destiny isn't written in the stars, it's written in your mind. And that's where we go next. We uncovered that faith isn't just a feeling, it's a force, a creative power inside you that builds the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Now let's go deeper, because Napoleon Hill didn't just talk about faith. He showed us how it literally shapes your world. Faith is the trigger for action. Napoleon Hill taught us that faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. Not money alone, but all forms of success, confidence, purpose, leadership, influence, wealth. Faith is what ignites the engine. Why? Because when you believe with conviction, your actions change. You move boldly. You speak differently. You attract opportunities. You make decisions that match your future, not your fear. Without faith, people hesitate. With faith, people act. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Faith rewires the subconscious mind. Hill believed the subconscious mind is your most powerful tool, but it doesn't respond to logic. It responds to repetition, emotion, and belief. When you mix thoughts plus emotion plus faith, you send a signal to your subconscious that says, "This is real, make it happen." Your subconscious doesn't question it, it accepts it. And once it does, it starts bending your focus, actions, and even your environment toward the outcome you believe in. That's not magic, that's mindset. Faith defeats fear. Napoleon Hill warned us that fear is faith in reverse. Fear is belief in failure. Fear is belief in rejection. Fear is belief that you're not enough. But faith says, I can, I will, I must. Faith doesn't need perfect conditions. It doesn't care about your past. Faith is focused on possibility. And when you fully embrace that mindset, fear loses its grip. This is why the most successful people in history weren't the smartest. They were the ones who believed when no one else did. Thoughts plus faith equals power. Here's Hill's secret formula. 1. Thoughts are the seeds. Second, belief is the soil. Third, emotion is the water. 4. Faith is the sunlight. And when all four are aligned, that seed grows into success. It's not about positive thinking. It's about intensely emotional belief in a future that doesn't exist yet and showing up every day like it already does. So now we know this. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner faith. You don't wait for proof to believe. You believe until proof shows up. We're going to look at real-world stories. People who use nothing but belief and faith to create empires, rise from failure, and change the world. And we'll see that every single one of them started the same way, by believing in themselves before the world did. Faith is not theory. Belief is not just philosophy. History is packed with real people who transformed their lives, not with money, not with connections, but with a deep, unshakable belief in themselves and their vision. These aren't fairy tales. These are proof. Napoleon Hill himself, from rejection to revolution. Let's start with the man behind it all, Napoleon Hill. He was broke, unknown, and laughed at when he began writing Think and Grow Rich. No publisher believed a book on positive thinking and mindset would ever sell. He was rejected over and over. But Hill had a vision, a belief so strong that it silenced the doubt around him. He spent 25 years interviewing the most successful people of his time, Edison, Carnegie, Ford, and more, because he believed success could be studied like a science. And he was right. Think and Grow Rich became one of the best-selling self-help books of all time. That would have never happened without faith. Thomas Edison, 10,000 failures to one success. Edison famously failed over 10,000 times trying to invent the electric light bulb. Most people would have given up after 100, maybe even 10, but not Edison, because he believed the light bulb was possible, even before he had the evidence. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's not science, that's faith in action, a belief so persistent that it outlasted every failure. Oprah Winfrey, from poverty to power. Oprah was born into poverty, abused as a child, and told she'd never make it in television. She was even fired early in her career for being unfit for TV. But inside, she carried something stronger than the opinions of others: self-belief. She envisioned a life far beyond her environment. She trusted her voice, her story, her purpose. And because she believed when no one else did, she became one of the most powerful media figures in history. That's what faith looks like in real life. Jim Carrey, writing his future into reality. Long before Jim Carrey became famous, he was broke and sleeping in a van. But he had faith. He believed so deeply in his future that he wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered, dated it for 5 years later, and carried it in his wallet. 5 years later, he landed Dumb and Dumber and was paid $10 million. Coincidence? Maybe. But he says it himself. That belief kept him going when the evidence said quit. What all these people have in common, they had no guarantees, no perfect timing, no shortcuts. What they did have was vision and belief in that vision. They acted in faith long before the results showed up. And that's the secret. Your results don't create your belief. Your belief creates your results. So we've seen the power of faith in others. But what about you? How can you build that kind of belief in your own life? Especially when fear, doubt, and failure are whispering in your ear. That's what the daily rituals to strengthen faith and belief. Practical habits that hardwire confidence and make belief your default setting. Faith isn't something you just have. It's something you build, like a muscle. And belief? That's not a gift. It's a discipline. So the question is, how do you train your mind to believe, even when nothing around you is working yet? Let's break it down. 1. Start with your self-talk. Your mind listens to your words, especially the ones you say to yourself. If you're constantly saying, "I'm not good enough," "Nothing ever works for me," "I can't do this," then your belief will shrink. But if you start speaking like someone who already believes, "I'm built for this," Every challenge grows me. It's already happening. I'm just catching up. Then your faith starts to grow. Daily practice. Say 5 positive affirmations every morning and every night. Out loud. Look in the mirror. Make it real. 2. Visualize the future as if it's already done. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Spend just 5 minutes a day imagining your goal as if it's already real. Feel it, see it, hear the sounds, feel the emotion. Why? Because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It starts building the belief that this version of you already exists. 3. Read or listen to uplifting material daily. You cannot build faith in a toxic environment. Feed your mind with power. Read Napoleon Hill. Listen to inspiring speeches. Watch success stories. Fill your brain with proof that belief works. Just 15 to 30 minutes a day can completely rewire your mindset. 4. Keep a faith log. Every time something small goes right, write it down. Got a new client? Got through a tough day? Took action despite fear? Write it. Your brain needs evidence, so start giving it some. Over time, you'll build a long list of proof that you're growing, and that will fuel your belief in bigger goals. 5. Take action, even when it's hard. This is big, because action reinforces belief. You don't wait to believe and then act. You act while you're still scared. Every time you take a step, no matter how small, you're telling your mind, "I'm serious. This matters. I can do this." And your belief grows stronger. 6. Protect your mindset daily. Limit negativity from people, news, or even your own habits. Faith needs a clean space to grow. Cut out the noise. Choose your inputs with care. Remember, you're either programming your mind or the world is doing it for you. 7. Review your progress. Weekly, once a week, reflect. Ask yourself, what did I believe this week? Did I act in faith or fear? Where did I grow? This helps you track your journey and stay conscious of your mindset. Now that you've got the tools to build belief every day, what happens when life really hits you? When things fall apart? When it looks like it's not working? Anyone can have faith when things are easy, but true power is believing when you have every reason not to. When the dream is delayed, when the results don't show up, when you're tired, broke, doubting and questioning everything, that's where the real growth happens. That's when belief becomes unshakable. Let's talk about how to stand strong in the fire. 1. Understand, hard times are a test, not a punishment. When you're tested, life is asking, do you really want it? Do you believe it enough to stay in the game even when it's hard? Every great success story, every person who made history had to walk through fire. No exceptions. You are not being punished. You're being prepared. 2. Speak life over your situation. Even in the darkest seasons, you must speak light. Say, this is temporary. This pressure is shaping me. I may not see it, but I know it's working. Your words in the fire determine whether you come out stronger or scarred. 3. Stack proof from your past. Look back. You've already survived things you thought would break you. You're still here. That means you're stronger than you realize. You've already built resilience. This isn't your first storm, and it won't be your last. But you have proof that you've made it through before. Use that as fuel. 4. Do the work even when you feel nothing. You won't always feel motivated, or certain, or inspired. That's okay. Champions work through doubt. Faith is continuing when emotions vanish, when you're operating purely on conviction. I may not feel it, but I still believe it. 5. Remember that delay is not denial. Sometimes what looks like failure is just timing. The universe, God, your higher power, often waits until you're truly ready. So don't mistake silence for rejection. Keep planting, keep preparing, keep showing up. Your season will come. 6. Rely on routine. When motivation fails, motivation is fleeting, but habits keep you anchored. Build a system that carries you through. Morning mindset work, daily action toward your goals, evening reflection. That routine becomes your lifeline when doubt comes knocking. 7. Surrender the how. Stay focused on the why. Sometimes we don't know how it will happen. We get obsessed with the how, but faith doesn't live there. Faith says, I don't know how, but I know why I started. I know who I am, and I'm not quitting. Focus on your why. That's your anchor in every storm. Final words, unshakable. Faith isn't loud, it's not flashy, it's quiet, steady, ruthless, persistent. It's the fire in your gut that says, no matter what comes, I'm still building, still believing, still moving forward. And when you live like that, when belief becomes your identity, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not failure, not even the fire. Because your destiny is already written, and your belief is what brings it to life. So to you, the dreamer, the builder, the one who hasn't quit yet, keep going, keep believing. Your time is coming, and when it does, you'll realize the fire didn't destroy you, it forged you.